Colonel Hogan.
What is it, Armstrong?
Sir, the tunnel is finished. Finished. We'll be able to escape from this German prison camp tonight.
Good. Where does it come out?
Well, I don't know, sir, but it's the longest and deepest one we've ever dug.
Why? Somebody's coming through the tunnel. Who's
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, are you sure this is the way to the 8th Avenue subway?
That is a long tunnel.
From Television City in Hollywood, it's the Danny Kaye Show. With guest star Bob Crane. Special guest star Tammy Grimes. Featuring Harvey Korman and Joyce Van Patten. With Paul Weston and his orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kaye and Miss Tammy Grimes.
That face, that wonderful face. It shines, it glows all over the place. And how I love to watch it change expression. Each look becomes the prize of my possession. I love that face, it just isn't fair. You must forgive the way that I stare, but never will these eyes behold a sight that could replace that face, that face, that face.
That face, wherever I go, it's here, it's there, bewitching me so. It's got my crazy heart in such a tangle. It drives me simply wild at any angle. I love those eyes, that nose, that fabulous smile. He laughs and sprinkles right from style. Oh, never will his eyes behold
A sight that could replace
that face,
that face, that face, that face, that face. Ooh, that face. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. We're going to have a lot of fun on the show tonight because we've got Broadway's unsinkable Tammy Grimes with us, as well as the happiest of Hogan's heroes, Mr. Bob Crane. So let's synchronize our watches, and I'll meet you in 60 seconds on the other side of the camera. Go.
Good evening, and welcome to another CBS interview. Tonight, it is our pleasure to speak with one of the greatest musical geniuses of all time, Ludwig van Beethoven. Good evening, Mr. Beethoven.
How do you do? Nice to see you.
Welcome to TV.
It's very nice of you to come and visit me. This is the first time I have been on the TV. So come right in and talk to me. We'll have a glass of tea. What else is new?
Sir, I can see I can see you've just finished the fifth.
No, I didn't finish it yet. I have a few more snaps. You care to have a belt or something?
No, I don't think so, sir. Mr. Beethoven.
Please, you'll have to speak up because I don't hear very good on
Yes.
this side, you see.
Yes, I
This
was...
is my bad side here.
I see.
This side I hear terrible, but this side is mine.
Oh, I was just about to say, sir, that I hear that you are hard of hearing, and that is true.
Absolutely not.
Oh, then you do hear well?
Not bad.
Not bell, well.
Oh, there's a bell in your well? Listen, you have to speak up. I really don't hear very well. That's why, it's hard for me.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. All right. Sir, I just want to say it's truly amazing that you have written so many compositions, considering the fact that you do have a hearing problem.
Yes, it is. No, but listen, I never hear my stuff. It is any good, I wonder,
Oh, sir.
I mean, it's been being played around on the top 20 or something.
Very popular, sir. Very good. Oh, it's brilliant work, sir.
Wait a second. If you'll just wait 1 second, I will get my new hearing aid. It's called the hideaway midget. It just tucks under your hair, and nobody can see that you have this hearing aid on, you see? I stole it from a little doggy.
Mr. Beethoven.
Well, call me Von.
Von, all right,
Yeah.
sir. Von, who was the greatest influence on your life?
I would have to say my wife, Amy. It was love at first sight. We were children together, and everybody knew it because wherever we went, people said, Von's in love with Amy.
Sir.
No, that one I heard. I'd like to...
Sir, I'm curious, sir. How does one man create so many wonderful melodies?
No, it's really very simple. You see, I get my inspiration walking in the streets, Somehow when I am walking, I hear all the melodies.
Just walking in the street? Well,
Yes.
that's hard to believe.
Well, you don't know who lives on my street. Mozart, Brahms, Chopin, Hoagie Carmichael, and Paul Anka just moved in already. That's some wonderful new tunes. They're jumpers.
Jumpers?
Yeah, the tunes are jumping, they make them.
That's not exactly your style,
No,
though.
as a matter of fact, I was just finishing my latest composition. Would you like to hear that?
We'd be honored, sir.
What is this?
I say we'd be honored.
I would too.
Please.
The Frug? No, that's not it. The Freddy we have here? Ah. All right. Yes.
And what do you call that?
I call that being washed up as a composer, is what
Sir, if I may be personal for a moment, how much money have you made in your career?
Whoosh! I am a millionaire.
Really? From making music?
What music? From making these Beethoven sweatshirts, that's what I am. Because they have it. How about it, folks? We have only a few left, and it's a marvelous gift for a graduation. People go along, only $2 a piece. You can have these compositions.
In our wisdom series. Good evening, and thank you very much.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very unique Miss Tammy Grimes.
Way down in Orange Blossom Land. say. Well, I must kid, oh, I must kid, going the way that the rest of them did. Broken blossom and nobody's child, hunting and taunting are just kind of wild. Well, I must blues, I the real I must blues. Learn from me, Ori and the sad China blues. Rings for your fingers, tears for your crown. That is the story of old Chinatown. I must kid, oh, I must kid, going the way that the rest of them did. Broken blossom, nobody's child, hunting, taunting, you're wild. Well, I must blues, I the real I must blues. Learn from the Oriental sad China blues. Rings for your fingers, tears for your crown, and that is the story of Chinatown.
To Americans from coast to coast, Bob Crane is Colonel Hogan of Hogan's Heroes. But radio listeners here in Los Angeles for years knew Bob Crane as a radio MC with one of the wildest shows on the local station here, KNX. Every morning, millions of Southern Californians would awaken to this kind of madness. You know, that can only be one special brand of nut. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Bob Crane.
Thank you, Dan.
How are you, Robert?
Oh, Grand.
Delighted to have you here. Oh, boy. You did all that early in the morning, every morning?
16 years, Danny. 6 to 10 every day. Oh, dear.
You know, I would imagine when you do a show for that long, you run into some strange experiences, I would think, huh?
Well, I've gotten a lot of complaints about my drumming, Danny, and some of my guests, like you.
Oh, listen, Bob, you know what I wish you'd do? I wish you'd tell them the story about the flies.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this sounds like a put-on, but it's an absolutely true story.
Well, it's something that we all have in Southern California. We have problems with flies because of barbecuing, outdoor living. Yeah. So I decided to do something about it, and I got on my radio show one day, and I said, if each person in Los Angeles would kill 10 flies a day, that way we'd get rid of all the flies. Everybody go out, kill flies. But to prove that you're really killing them, I asked the listeners to mail me the flies. Well, I got off the air that day, and the post office department called, and they said, you can't do this. It's against the law, disease flies, and having the people mail them, you can't do it. And I said, well, if it's against the law, what about if you boil them first? And the post office department said, what do you mean, boil? I said, or quick freeze them, you know, sterilize them. And the post office department said, well, there's no law. They looked through the book quick. There's no law against mailing sterilized flies.
Were you talking to a post office official?
I was talking to the postmaster. I go right to the top. I don't mess around. Anyway, the postmaster said there is no law in the book against mailing sterilized flies. The only thing is your listeners are going to have to get an affidavit from the Bureau of Etymology in Washington saying the flies they are mailing are sterilized. So I quickly said to the postmaster, how do they get the flies to Washington to get the affidavit? And he says, they mail them.
True story, Dave. Yeah, well, the true ones are always craziest anyway. Robert, beside all the drums and the stuff and the things you do, where'd you get those crazy voices that you work with?
Well, that's one thing I always liked to do, Danny. What we did was tape record interviews, for instance, my interview with you. Then we'd put portions of it on disc. We'd take a line out and put it on, and then we'd use it in a completely offbeat way. For instance, I could use a line right now like, Paul Weston is a real charming fellow.
Yeah, he's got all the charm of a stopped-up sink.
You see?
Yeah, that looks like fun.
Hey, I tell you what, why don't we make an interview right now that we can take lines? Just to show
Robert,
the people.
I am a willing victim.
All right, we'll tape it.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about aviation, because I know you like to do that sort of stuff, all right?
Okay.
All right, Danny, answer me this. I know you're a pilot. What industry would you say is most vital to aviation?
I would say steel.
All right. Now, do you know the FAA budget for airway maintenance?
Ooh, must come to $20 million.
As a flyer, you've probably flown in hurricanes. Which one was the worst?
Oh, Becky. Becky was the wildest.
Tell us about it.
Well, I never had such a time in my whole life, Bob. My hair was messed up, my clothes were all torn up. I was in terrible shape. And the very next week, Ebba blew in from Jamaica and destroyed my house.
All right, now, absolutely straight, right?
Right.
No kidding around. That same interview is now being rewound by the engineers on tape. Now, we're going to do it again, but this time I'm going to change the questions. Your answers remain the same.
Oh.
Now, just sit and listen. Now,
All right.
Danny, suppose you wanted more money from CBS, but they wouldn't give it to you. How would you go about getting the money?
I would say steel.
Have you stolen a lot of money from CBS?
Oh, it must come to $20 million.
I understand that your office Christmas party was quite a thing this year. Did you personally remember anything from the party?
Becky. Becky was the wildest.
What happened when you took Becky home?
I never had such a time in my whole life. My hair was all messed up, my clothes were torn, I was in terrible shape. The very next week, Ebba blew in from Jamaica and destroyed my house.
Wednesday night at the cinema brings you part one of Selena, Darling.
Why do men fall at your feet? You with your kiss so bittersweet, Selena. Driving men to madness with your evil indecision. Just last week you stood up the 7th Armored Tank Division.
Where is she now? Where's Selena?
All right, gentlemen, listen. 6 days ago, Miss Darling didn't show up at the studio. We've halted all production on the movie. The moment there's any news about Miss Darling, I assure you the press will be notified.
Now, Mr. Hendricks.
What?
Mr. Hendricks.
What?
Now, how does a woman just disappear like that? What's the real story behind it?
Who knows? Selena always did just what she wanted to do, no matter who got hurt. Yeah, never forget the first time I met her. I was just a small-time booking agent.
Teddy Hendricks, Theatrical Attractions. Well, what is it, sir? Oh, I see. You're looking for a job. What is it you do? Oh, I see. You're a human cannonball. You paint yourself gold, and then you're fired through a 2-foot brick wall into a pit of starving killer rattlesnakes? Aw, gee, I'm sorry, but we have an act like that.
Miss Hendricks, what time did you say he would come in to watch the audition?
Oh, don't worry, kids. Mr. Hendricks will be here momentarily.
Yeah?
You see, we want to get into the show business.
Yeah, this is my wife. You see, we just got married, Selena.
Yeah, and we don't care what we do as long as we're together.
Yeah, we're lovebirds.
Oh, I think that's beautiful.
No, I mean, that's the name of the act, the Lovebirds.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be here now.
Hi, Marlene, honey. I'll take that phone call. Hello. Hello? Oh, yes, Harry. Got just the act you want. A 400-pound lady wrestler who works in leotards. Plays the bongos with her feet, hits a cymbal with her head, and wrestles 2 live gorillas at the same time. What's the act called? The Aristocrats. You got him, kid.
Mr. Hendricks.
Yes, what is it, Marlene?
Mr. Hendricks, these are the lovebirds.
Couldn't they get a room?
No, you don't understand. That's the name of our...
All right, let's see your act.
See the act?
Yes.
See the act.
Let's see the brilliance. Anytime.
We are the lovebirds. We
are the lovebirds.
Just listen to us as we bill
and coo.
We are the lovebirds. We are the lovebirds.
Here are some bird impressions just for you. Here he is, the farmer's pal. Ladies and gentlemen, the wise old owl. And that's what the eyes all sing.
Hold it, hold it. You, wait in the cage. What's your name, beautiful?
Selena.
Selena, come here. Selena. How'd you like to work alone?
Alone? Alone? Oh, no, I couldn't do a thing like that. You see, we just got married, and we vowed never to be apart, even though we haven't had a job for months. Alone? Oh, no, I couldn't do a thing like that.
Ditched him just like that. It was the beginning of Selena, darling, and the end of her first husband, the Birdman. Jumped out of a 20-story window.
Oh, and he killed himself, huh?
No. Landed on a cop and killed him. They gave him a life sentence in prison. Maybe you heard of him. The Birdman of Alcatraz?
Boss, the police just got a lead about Selena.
Where is she?
She just checked out of a motel in Santa Monica.
Keep on it. If you get any further word, let me know.
Right, boss.
Oh, well, what happened next, mister? What happened next, you know, after that bird guy?
Next, yes, next. I got Selena a small part in a Broadway play. The star of the show was the biggest matinee idol on Broadway, Noel Talent. He was Selena's next victim. I should have known it. He bore a strange resemblance to her first husband.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Good luck, Mr. Talent. I hope the play's the biggest hit Broadway's ever seen.
Thank you. Here's $1. Oh. Yes. Very best of luck. Good luck, my child.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Talent. I didn't even think you recognized me because I play such a very small, tiny, unimportant part.
Oh, well, that's nonsense. I remember every actor and actress in all my plays. And do you know why? Because I'm a wonderful person. Here's $1.
Mr. Talent.
I don't know you, so here's half $1.
He likes you, Selena. That means a bigger part in his next play.
Can't wait that long, Teddy. I want the big time now.
Easy, Selena.
No. All my life I've done without second-hand shoes, used sweaters, hand-me-down dresses. And they were my brothers. And now I'm going to become a star. Tonight, watch me steal the scene.
I love you, Lady Finster.
And I love you, Derek.
Yes, we can't go on meeting this way. I've decided to do something about your husband.
Your order, please.
2 pots of tea and a watercress sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Please. We can't go on meeting like this. I've decided to do something about him. I am going to kill your husband.
Oh, no, Derek.
Yes, I am. He's a blackguard. He's a scoundrel. He's a... They're laughing at me, you little fool. Give me back my $1.
Well, I'm terribly sorry about that, Governor. Here, let me cool your hands with some ice cubes.
You will never work on Broadway again.
Terribly sorry, Doc. Here, let me wipe off.
Well, those laughs saved the show. That corny melodrama became the hit comedy of the season. Can't say the same for their marriage.
Selena married Noel Talent?
Yeah, the marriage folded in 7 months.
Now, whatever became of Noel Talent?
You know that barber shop on 7th Avenue?
He became a barber?
No, a manicurist.
Boss, it's
What?
Selena on the phone.
Selena? Selena, where are you? Selena, why are you crying? Selena! She's in Hong Kong. Why, Selena? Selena! Terrible, terrible.
What's terrible?
She called collect.
Boss, don't worry. She'll come back. Why, you don't just walk out on Hollywood.
Hollywood. Oh, I'll never forget those Hollywood parties. Selena had only done 2 small parts in pictures, but she was invited to all the parties because she was a wild one.
And the farmer's daughter moved to Gay Paris.
Wild song.
Wild party.
Wild kiss.
Wild rice. Ooh, I do. I love wild rice. All right, everybody, into the pool.
Selena! When is this going to stop, Selena?
That's none of your business, Teddy. You're my agent, not my husband.
But I want to be your husband. I want to take you away from all this. I want to give you a decent home. A little white cottage with a picket fence, with 2 darling youngsters playing with a little puppy in the backyard while an apple pie cools on the windowsill.
You don't want me. You want Lawrence Welk. Teddy, you bore me. You bore me. This party bores me. Bored. Bored, bored. I'm only staying because Crash Marlin is coming. Before this night is over, he'll ask me to co-star in his next picture.
He's here. He's here. Crash Marlin is here. Here comes Crash now. Okay, the party is officially started. The star is here. Moi. Crash Marlin. And you know why I'm a star? Because I got talent, I am beautiful, and my daddy owns the studio.
I love you.
Ouch.
Oh, thank you, Crash. I needed that.
Anytime, baby.
I'm Selena Darling.
So?
I want to co-star in your next picture, Zelda the Creep.
You think you can handle a part of Zelda? You know, she's supposed to be a rotten human being.
Rotten?
Yeah.
That's my middle name.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something there, sweetheart. You prove you're rotten and you can have the part. How do you like that?
How's that?
So-so.
All right. Is that rotten?
That's mediocre rotten.
All right. All righty. You really want to see something really top rotten, real rotten?
Yeah.
Okay, you asked for it.
All right. What's so rotten about pushing a stranger out of the window?
But, stranger, he was my father.
Oh, boy, that's rotten, all right. That's rotten.
Oh, thank you, Trash.
That's Crash. I love you, rotten person. Will you marry me?
As you know, Selena won the Academy Award for her rotten portrayal of Zelda.
Yeah, but that marriage only lasted 6 months.
Poor sucker.
Boss!
Yes?
Boss, it's a telegram from Selena.
Give it to me quick.
Sure.
Dear Teddy, sorry about the collect call. Here's $1.
Is that all?
No, wait a minute. There's 50 cents for you. She doesn't know you. Keep after her, sweetie. We've got to find Selena.
Right, boss.
She married one more time, didn't she?
Yeah. She was an international star by then, of course. The only kick left for her was to marry a title. She went to Rome, and in no time at all, she had the jet set eating out of her hand.
Oh, you bore me. Take off.
He is here, Signora.
Oh, good. Thank you, thank you. Show in the Count Macaroni.
I cordo sono le vere degli stati di Venezia. E ti basta, ti tozzi, ti vieni legato da sono zeri. E che si te le mani dei tuoi cordi. Sorelle, le te quarto noi tozzi le vere.
I'm sorry, Count. I don't speak Italian.
And neither do I. I read it on a spaghetti box.
I broke my diamond.
That's nothing to worry about. I got another one right over there. See? Sit down, Selena. Listen, I want to talk to you straight out, right from my heart. I want to express my feelings because I am a simple man.
A man gives me a diamond worth 25 million lira and says he's simple?
I wonder if she knows the diamond is a fake.
Even if it is a fake, it's still worth 10 million lira.
I wonder if she knows that 10 million lira in American money is $1.50.
I didn't know that.
$1.50 is more than I'm making a year.
Selena, I want you to fill my house with a love because I have a deep belonging. I have for you a feeling in my heart.
I have a heartburn.
I have a headache.
I have $1.50.
I would like you to be the next Countess Macaroni. It would be a feather in my cap.
He wants to stick a feather in his cap and call me macaroni. I accept your offer, Count. I will marry you.
Selena, this is the most exciting day of my life. Selena, we will have a long, happy life together.
2 weeks, tops.
That's just how long it lasted. Well, that's the story of Selena Darling. After that, of course, she came back to the studio to make this picture.
Yeah, I know the rest.
Boss! Boss, it's Selena. She's here.
Selena?
Yes, here.
Selena, where are you, darling?
Here I am, darling. Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry to have caused so much trouble. But, there was something I had to do, you see.
What?
Well, I've kept a secret from the world all these years. You see, from each of my 4 marriages, I have a child.
Great Scott!
Yes, he's the youngest. Come in, Scott. Scott! And this is Noel Jr.
Hi. But seriously, folks.
And this is Baby Crash. And last but not least, my son Anchovy.
I have mixed feelings.
I have tears in my eyes.
I have $1.50.
From here on in is to be a very nice person.
Will you marry me?
Oh, I'd love to.
That's the story of Selena, darling, filled with tears and laughter.
But like all Hollywood stories, we all lived happily ever after.
With a high society goodbye note. Variety, exercise your wildest swims tonight. We'll behave like diamond gems tonight.
What a knack there is to that acting like a born aristocrat.
We got elegance. If you ain't got elegance, you can never, ever carry it off. All who are well-bred agree we've got class and pedigree. We'll hobnob with kings and princes and dine on caviar and blintzes. How can they be misleading us?
Silver spoons were used for feeding us.
We got elegance. If you ain't got elegance, you can never, ever carry it off. What a lovely night for the clan to get together for the social do. Me and you, what a lovely night that we plan to get together for the social do with you. It's crystal clear that everyone who's here is blue blood through and through. What a lovely night for the clan to get together for the social do. Me and you, what a lovely night for the clan to get together. What a lovely night to spend with you. In Patten, we're upper crust.
Ah, oui, oui. A supper must.
Englishmen may think we're phony, but we'll have tea with Meg and Tony. And Roma will it be? Uncanny, we'll dine on wine with Maestro Yanni. We'll show our elegance. We were born with elegance.
Have you noticed when I hold my cup, the saucer never moves?
And the way I keep my pinky up indubitably proves that, yeah, we got elegance. We got built in elegance. And we got elegance. We'll carry it on.
Thank you very much. How do you do? Nice to see you. I'm glad you went at home and didn't go to the movie. Oh, we got a backdrafter here. Let me hear.
I'm crazy about people who laugh like that. I was in the theater once, and I was doing a number. We had a machine gun laugher. He went, ah! I love those. Then I like the backdrafter. They're marvelous because nothing comes out on the way forward. Hey, that's a crier. Right in the middle of anything you're doing, they go. But the backdrafter is really the one I'm crazy about because, as I said, nothing comes out on the way forward, only on the way back. And they kill themselves. They go. I once sat in front of a woman like that, sucked my whole scarf in. Like a vacuum cleaner went whoop. Oh, dear. I gotta go home and get some sleep tonight because we're developing a whole golf team. See, because the Red Skelton Show has a golf team, and Hogan's Heroes has a golf team, and the Munsters have a golf team. So there's gonna be a big tournament with all the shows on CBS. And I've got to go out and practice. I haven't played golf in a couple of years. I got kind of interested in airplanes, and I let golf go by the wayside a little bit. But I think I'll go out and practice. I was practicing once at the Hillcrest Country Club. And I was hitting the ball nicely, and there was a man called George Fazio, who was the professional there at the time. And he walked by, and as he walked by, he took a look and he said, no chance. I said, why not? He said, Danny, you've got to take the club outside, bring it around in, and bounce it out. Just bounce it out. Now, George was a rather small fellow, but he used to hit the ball a ton. He would hit it way out, and he claimed that you bounced the ball, that you threw your back into the ball like that. Well, you never saw so many old members at Hillcrest walking around. They were walking around, they had more back trouble than you ever saw in your whole life. The doctors were doing very well because everybody was trying to bounce the ball. There was one man who was standing there, and he would hit the ball like this. He would take a swing and hit the ball and just stop right there. And another pro said to him, Mr. So-and-so, I forget his name, you've got to follow through, otherwise you'll never get any distance. So the man said, oh, boy. So he took the club and he went. And the ball went much further. Okay. Another day I was practicing, Morty Dutrick came by. And I was trying the outside in with the loop, see? And he said, no chance. I said, why not? He said, you got to take the club inside and come around on top and then hit it. So I tried that. I was hitting the ball very well. About 2 weeks later, a boy called Eric Monty, marvelous golfer. I was practicing, came by, and he said, no chance. I said, why not? He said, Danny, you got to take the club straight back and straight through. So I had the greatest three-piece swing in the history of golf. I went out like this and then came around and then went straight back. There is one man, though, who has a very simple theory called swinging the club head. There's a man called Ernest Jones. And let me have that a minute, George. See, Ernest Jones has a theory that all you do is swing this. You know, a lot of people say, pull the club down. Well, this is moving very fast, but that doesn't move at all. And this is very, very simple. That's as simple as a golf swing should be. See? That's a natural, easy movement. That's all. And he said the only thing you swing a golf club with are your hands and your fingers. Because a lot of people say, well, you've got to get your left hip out of the way, transfer your weight, uncock your wrists at the pants pocket. Well, I was playing golf, and I wore the same pair of pants for about 3 days. And I was uncocking at my pants pocket, and I was shooting marvelous golf. I changed my pants and ruined my whole game. because the pocket was in another place. Now, you know, it's very interesting because I sing a lot when I play golf, because that's the only way you get the rhythm of it. Now, look, I'll just show you something very strange. Sammy, let's do a little, you know, it takes the same amount of time to swing a golf club that far as it does to make a full swing. Listen. All right. Same time, see? Isn't that an interesting phenomenon? All right? I just hold out in two. Oh, boy. I heard such a pretty song the other day, and I'd like to sing it. It was from a picture called Summer Stock. Sammy, do you want to play it for me? Paul, will you join me later? Friendly star, where can you be hiding? Smile for me from out of the lonely night. Friendly star, my fate needs deciding. How I need the glow of your guiding light. I know that you are near, for I am strangely dreamy. And so if you can see me from afar, won't you kindly light my way? Lead me to my loved one. Just point her out and whisper, there you are, there you are. Then, my love, you will be standing here close to me. In your eyes I will see my friendly star. Well, the sand has poured through our hourglass for tonight, and we'd best move on. We've had a marvelous time with the most affable Bob Crane, the highly incredible Tammy Grimes. Also, our thanks to Harvey Korman, Joyce Van Patten, and H.M. Winan. Oh, before we leave, I'd like to pass along a little news item that may have escaped your eye. There's a Professor Thomas McGill of Harvard, and he has succeeded in crossing a mouse with a hippopotamus. It's true. Now, he doesn't know what he's got, but last night it ate a cheese factory. Good night.
This is Vern Bennett speaking.